Hello guys and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be checking out the Akko CS Sponge Switch that was sent over to me for my honest review by Akko themselves, and that's what I'll be doing today. Now the unboxing experience of this switch is fairly standard to what you would find with all Akko switches, but I did want to point out that the box is a bright yellow and then the colors they have on the pictures for the switch are a brighter yellow, but the switch itself is actually more of a darker yellow, and I don't know if that's because these are renders, but it's not like it matters too bad, but I just thought I'd point it out that the switch isn't as bright of a yellow as it shows on their website or on Amazon.com. These are a tactile switch with an actuation force of 40 grams, so they are fairly light. They have a total travel of 4 millimeters and a pre-travel of 2 millimeters. Now let's talk about that pre-travel. So these are very similar to Cherry MX Browns in a sense that Cherry MX Browns also have a total travel of 4 millimeters and a pre-travel of 2 millimeters. But the difference is the tactile bump is actually a lot better. You can actually feel it. It doesn't just feel like a scratchy linear. And the best part about it is that it is very smooth stock. Now the smoothness is very similar to the Akko CS Starfish switch that I reviewed last week. Now another thing I wanted to point out is that it has a dual tactile bump. One when you're pressing down and one when you're releasing the key. So not only will you have the tactile bump when you're pressing down on the key, it adds to a nice pleasing experience that's very different from most tactiles. Especially because the tactile bump isn't at the top. It's more at the middle like Cherry MX Browns are. So that's what pre-travel means. It means that the tactile bump is not at the top. It needs to travel 2 millimeters before you hit that tactile bump. And then when you release the key after going down to 4 millimeters if you bottom out, that's when you get another tactile bump from releasing the key. Using these switches, I actually had to get used to the fact that they were 40 grams. I was not used to the fact that, they are pretty light for me. So I did sort of misclick from time to time. And I honestly bottomed out a lot. Every single time I pressed down the key, I was practically bottoming out with these switches because I'm not used to them being super light. But if you do like super light switches, these felt great to type on. They tend to lean towards the poppier sound. Same thing with the Starfish switches. So if you did want more of a poppy switch instead of something like a thockier switch that has a deeper tone sound to them, then these are obviously right up your alley. And I'll be giving you guys a sound test here so you guys can hear how they sound. Overall, this switch is very solid, especially for that tactile bump. It feels very smooth and it has a nice tactile bump and is very similar to Cherry MX Browns. So I think these are basically the better version of Cherry MX Browns, if I have to say. I do think they are a bit on the lighter side for my personal taste, but for a lot of people that do like lighter switches, I think these are a great option to consider, especially for the low price that they're at. They go for $16.99 for 45 switches and they're sold in packs of 45. So it is very affordable and I really think it's a good option if you are looking into getting something like this. Overall, I do think they are a very good option. Let me know what you guys think about these switches in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.